Good morning, and welcome to Delta Media Group's Tech Tuesday. We have a kind of a special edition for you today. First off, I've got things all laid out in a way that we can really walk through this and you can see what you're looking at. And we're going to give you the first real inside look at the DeltaNet 5. So last week, we went through it and just gave you kind of an introduction, let you know what kind of things we're going for with it, and give you an idea how it works and what we've been building. And now we're actually going to get into it and look at it. But first, I discovered something today. I discovered that if you go to Google and type in how many days till Christmas, it turns festive. Look at that, right at the top. There's a Santa Claus waving at us. I thought that was kind of great. I just wanted to share it with everybody. Okay, so anyway, moving on, let's go into the DeltaNet 5 and see what we've got. So, the first thing you'll notice, and across the board with these things, is that the overall look has changed. But the beauty of this is that the functionality, not only have we retained all the functionality from DeltaNet 4, which was no easy task, but it'll look very familiar to you. A lot of the stuff is in essentially a similar place. Everything works about the same way. So it'll be a real easy transition if you did a lot of things in the DeltaNet 4 to move on to the DeltaNet 5. So I'll go ahead and log in here. And there you are. So this is the agent dashboard as it appears in the DeltaNet 5. Most of you, when you log in the first time, are going to drop on this welcome page to start off with. And you can see the welcome layout page has a similar design. Everything's in a similar place, but everything looks new and looks updated and is a little bit cleaner in the way that it works. Also, because the whole thing is mobile responsive, if we take a look over here, here is what your login page will look like if you use your mobile device. And there you are. So there's the agent dashboard, if you have the dashboard turned on, or if your company has the dashboard turned on, or there's your welcome page. You can see everything is automatically reformatted for mobile. It just goes right down the line and everything works just with a touch. You can scroll up and down to the individual boxes. So everything works pretty fancy. So first off, I wanted to go over the navigation a little bit. So as we go over here, you'll see that everything is laid out in a similar fashion to the way it was before. So we have our home tab, and then underneath that we would have agent dashboard and welcome. All those things are set up about the same way. If we go down to customers, you can see our customer center is still there, email campaigns, email blasts, and everything lines up for the most part down the line. So everything will be pretty easy to transition over to if you're going from the DeltaNet 4. The main thing you'll notice here is that we have more room in this kind of navigation than we did in the tabs. So we've broken some things out so they're a little easier to get to. So for example, instead of hiding some things under a More tab, we now have a Stats tab directly, so you can go straight to Stats instead of going under your More tab. We have Preferences laid out directly. Same with Support, same with your Facebook connector. So basically everything under the More tab has been moved out on its own. So it makes a little more sense and it's a little easier to find it. Instead of going to that More tab and then trying to find what you need under that, you don't have to deal with that anymore. Now another thing we've done here is we've combined a few things that are, we had them set up as separate pages before and they went over similar things. So it made more sense to kind of condense the number of menus, the number of options over here so that things made a little bit more sense. So for example, if we go to marketing, we have less options here in the DeltaNet 5 than we did in the DeltaNet 4 because we combined a few things. There was a marketing guide, a marketing about yourself, and a marketing about your listings page that were all separate. Now if we go to the guide page, all that information is basically set up right there. Now some other things under resources we've laid out a little bit. Go down to resources. We've condensed that a little bit so that there's not extra menu options in there that were just redundant. So we got rid of a little bit of that. And we're going to keep cleaning this up and making it work better as the system comes out. So, but for now, I think that alone has helped out a lot. And if we look over at it on mobile, Open up our menu the same way. Down to preferences, everything loads up the same way it did. We go straight to stats, and let's see what my website traffic looks like. And you can see everything's pretty new, so there's still going to be some things that will get changed as far as layout goes as the system is used more and as it develops more. But for now, things are looking pretty good. So I'm going to go over a few pages. Now, this isn't going to be set up like a training video like most of my videos are. This is just more just getting you in here so that you can take a look at some things. So let me go over to some of the more common pages. So we looked at the welcome page. Now you can see the message from the company. That area is still going to be at the top. When you need to process your leads, the process lead section is set up in the same way. Now if I were to pick a lead here, how about a showing request? Process lead, it opens up our lead processing page. And we have all the same options to process the lead. So I could type out my email here, and then click on send and process it that way. I can mark it as processed, or if there was a phone number, I could click on the give me the phone number button and it'll assume I made a call. We also have some response templates set up, so if we wanted to say, there we are. So that'll confirm that we're good for that showing request, and then we would just click send and the lead's processed. And now the main beauty of this is that you're going to be able to do this on your mobile device as well. So if we slide over here to mobile, and we'll go down to home, welcome. And this is where we would have started off. Here's our leads. Process lead. And there you are. There's our lead information. We go down here. We can type out our email and click send. We can get their phone number, or we can mark it as processed. So all the same options that are available to you on the desktop DeltaNet are on the mobile DeltaNet too. Pretty cool stuff. Maintain full functionality. I like it. So, from the welcome page, and then as always, I'll point out that if we scroll down to our welcome page, you can click on this link down here to go to our YouTube channel and watch this video over again, just in case you really, really loved it. So the next page of importance we'll take a look at, if we go down to Customers and Customer Center, we have our Customer Center page. You can also process your leads here, which was the same as in the DeltaNet form. All the abilities to add customers, do a customer import. You won't really be able to import on mobile too well, depending on what kind of device you're using, since having a CSV on your mobile device can be a little tricky sometimes. But all the functionality is there. We go down the line, we have our customer groups. If we wanted to set up a group, we'll switch over to mobile and take a look at it. So customers, Customer Center. Hot new customers section set up. We'll say add new group. Great group. And there you are. So there's our new group. If we say edit, it'll load up our customer list and we can select who we want in it. Save group. If we view it, there's everybody in our group. So everything on mobile just works the same as on desktop, only just with a different format. You'll notice that's a recurring theme. So there you are, our customer information pages. So if we pick a customer here, well, that customer has unprocessed leads, so we're going to have to pick a different customer. How about, there we are. So there we are, very similar setup for the page, just a new look for it. And if we look at that on mobile, we'll get the same deal. So let's find Bruce Banner's page in here. There's our customer list. We'll look for Bruce, and there he is. And there's his information page. You have his profile up at the top. You can edit any of that information. You could add a saved search or edit a saved search for the customer right here on the mobile. You can add saved properties for that customer. You can add them to campaigns if you want. So everything lays out pretty nicely. All right, now we'll switch back over, and I know I'm jumping back and forth a lot, but you know, that's the nature of something that works so well in both desktop and mobile versions. So Customer Center, let's take a look at email campaigns also. So here's our email campaign system. Everything's set up very, very similar. You have each section for the individual campaigns, the ability to add and remove individual emails from campaigns or overall campaigns. And the whole thing works on mobile the same way. So if we go to our email campaigns page, there we are. And let's say we wanted to set up a new campaign on mobile. We'll just go up here. There it is. Add new campaign. Super special campaign. Did I spell special right? It's a long morning already. There we are. So we've just created a new campaign. And now we can go down and pick it from the list. There it is. And we're going to say a new email. And you'll see that the buttons are a little off. And that's, this is still an early version of this. So this is something that we're going to take care of before the system goes completely live. But right now, you have a couple of things off as far as just button formatting. But everything is functional. Everything is solid. We have a new version of the WYSIWYG editor here. So we can type in our email. This is my campaign email. And you can reformat the text. And we can align right, align left. All the same options that were available in the old WYSIWYG editor are essentially available in the new one. We can add pictures, we can turn things into links, you can still embed videos. And also the idea is that another thing this will do that I've noticed in the new editor is it'll actually show you what's in an iframe. So if you were to embed a YouTube video, it'll show you the video here in the editor instead of just showing you that yellow box that the old one did. So that's kind of nice. You get something that's a little bit more representative of what's actually going to appear on the page, or in this case, in the email. Right now it is the same editor for editing an email as it is for editing a actual page too. So we'll click on Publish. Oh, we forgot a subject. Subject. And there we are. We've just created a campaign and added an email to it. Want to delete our campaign, the button's right there, and we can do that on mobile as well. And there you are. So as you can see, everything works out solid as far as mobile and desktop. We can switch back and forth seamlessly. You could even do, start something on, say you have an idea for an email blast. You could start it on your mobile device so you don't forget about it. Save it as a template. Then you could come into the desktop DeltaNet when you get home and you could complete it if you want. You just go in here. Your template would already exist. Click on Use, and there's our template. And then we could go back here and finish it on desktop. And sometimes it's a little bit easier to actually put together an email blast or any kind of page content on desktop than it is on mobile. It's, it's just the way it is. But you could do the whole thing on mobile if you want, or you can do part of it and come in here on desktop and finish it up. So there you are. Set up email blasts. And the last thing I'll go over here real quick just to take a look at is if we go to website, this is your overviews page. Now everything's basically organized in different sections and everything's broken down into its own box like this, but all the same information's here, all the same functionality. You can go through and you can add and remove everything the same way, but now if you need to make any changes, you can just go ahead and do it on mobile. We scroll down here, our paragraph about you section is the same. This is where our homepage content would be. You can fill all that in. If you needed to make a quick change to your homepage, you could do it on your mobile site. We scroll up here, we'll go down to website, overviews, and there you are. Now another thing that's a notable feature about this page that makes it a lot simpler is you have this search sections function at the top because there are a lot of places on this page. So if you were just looking for your homepage, you could type in paragraph, that brings up the paragraph about you section, or type in homepage and there you are. Your homepage editor pops right up to the top and you can make all your changes there. You click on submit and that will update your page. And that's all there is to it. We'll close out of here. We'll clear that out. We can see all of our sections again. And the same thing works on desktop. We scroll up to the top. Want to edit your home page? There you are. And you'll see it completes as I do it. So home phone number comes up when I type in there. If I wanted all of my phone number sections, type in phone, they all load right up for me. So pretty cool across the board. I'm actually a big fan of the new DeltaNet. I think it looks a lot better. I think it works a lot better. And if we go over here, we can drop out our menu even to give you more room on the screen if you wanted to make edits, and these still function. So if we go down here to website and over to pages, if you wanted more room for your page editor, we can just knock that out, pick our page, knock that out again, there we are, and then our page shows up on the right over here. You can see all the same sections are available for that as well. Go down here, we edit our navigation menu the same way. So pretty cool. So this is, just a shot at what you have in store for you when the new DeltaNet comes out. You can see everything looks a lot better. Everything is functional at this point. So right now, it's just a matter of getting a few more tweaks done to it and then setting the whole thing live. So I think we're pretty happy with it so far. It looks pretty good. Now, as always, if you have any questions about the new DeltaNet or anything else, you can contact us at support@deltagroup.com, or you can give us a call. You can also use the live chat if you're an admin and get in and talk to us that way. You can comment on the videos if you have any questions. But what we're going to do from here on out is we're going to start doing training videos for everything through the new DeltaNet. So all the videos you've seen before with how to set up an email campaign, how to set up an email blast, all that. We're going to go through all that on the new DeltaNet 5. So like I said, it's set up in such a way that it should be really easy to transition from one to the other, or at least relatively easy. I mean, any new system is going to be there's a little bit of a learning curve there. But it should be, for the most part, really easy for you to move forward in this one if you were making changes in the old one. But we're going to do videos on everything. So if you ever get lost, there'll be a video out there for you. And as always, like I said, you can contact us. So thank you for joining me this week. And I'll see you next week with a new DeltaNet 5 training video. Thanks a lot.